Good afternoon, everyone. Burlington Bicentennial celebration continues as we usher in the first event of what feels like the kickoff to the summer season. On a picture-perfect day, it's May Day in Burlington, and the town has come together for the Bicentennial Parade. Darryl Nash here. Alongside me, Arlene, DiRocco, and Arlene. These folks lining the streets came out bright and early today, ready to celebrate 200 years.
They sure did. You know, the crowd is fantastic. You can see all the way up to, Center Street. And it's just, people were here early this morning, 11 o'clock, getting their seats.
We are going to be drowned out any moment here, Arlene, by Burlington's finest coming through with lights and sirens blaring.
Well, we couldn't be drowned out by a better group.
The lights and sirens, red and white of the Burlington Fire Department coming through. Coming through with their new fire rescue unit that's been on the job only for a short while. Here they are passing in front of us now, followed by their tower truck coming along right behind them.
Is that
tower
Alfie?
number 1. That's right.
Not yet, Al. Here's Southborough. They're antique. Look at that, Darryl. Isn't that something?
Certainly not what they're using to fight fires today, so to speak, but a nice piece of machinery all the way from Southborough to join us here for the big anniversary, and now Medford.
Medford. It's near my hometown of Somerville, where I lived about 30-some-odd years ago. Looks like DPW.
Some DPW, and they're going to be telling us about something you can tell us about, Arlene, and that's the truck show that's coming up in Burlington.
Truck show is going to be another fantastic thing to watch, and that's May 8th. I think it begins at 10 o'clock, and Al Fay is going to be on BCAT television May 5th to talk about it.
And here they are passing by now, just one of many, many trucks that will be on hand at the truck show on May 8th.
It says 11 a.m., Darryl. I said 10. Sorry.
Well, if they show up 10, they'll get a front row seat. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Bob
Yay,
Hogan passing
Bob
by.
Hogan, the man responsible for this great parade. How you doing?
We're going to have Arlene step out and talk to Bob momentarily.
Coming. It is stepping off a few minutes late. Everything is in place. It's going to be a fabulous parade. We hope everybody enjoys themselves.
Did a great job. And
I hope
thank
so.
you to Father Crispo, would you?
We told him that this morning, and he thanked us for reminding him.
Great. Thanks an awful lot. You did a great job.
They're coming in a minute, so be ready.
All right, Bob gives us the heads up. The first big part of the parade is on the way. In the far distance, we can hear drums and musical instruments, which means that there are some bands on the way. Arlene, you want to give us a short preview of what we have to look forward to this afternoon?
Well, I think, as far as the bands, what I'm really excited about is that Boston Gaelic Police and the Marine Corps Band. We've got the 1797 Marine Detachment of the USS Constitution. But I guess we're going to start off with the state and local motorcycle unit, which is great for all those motorcycle fans out there, huh?
They will be coming through any moment, and I'll tell you what, they are certainly kicking off this parade as loud as possible. Everything with a siren on it is coming through right at the top of the hour.
Well, we're lucky we have these on our head.
As you take a look at the crowds lining the side of the road, some have been here, at least many seats were in place at about 10 a.m. this morning, maybe a little sooner. But then the folks in the crowd started to line the streets, taking their place, making sure they got the perfect view that they were looking for, and they are ready to go, Arlene.
Yeah, you know what's nice, too, is these people that were innovative with their pickup trucks, they back them up and they put their little chairs on it, and they have a view above the crowd. So they're really, well, Burlington's innovative anyway.
They've got the upper deck seats, so to
Upper
speak.
deck.
Yes. We are awaiting the first division of five divisions, if I'm not mistaken, of portions of the parade. The first one coming along, as Arlene said, begins with state and local motorcycle units, moving on to the mounted units followed very closely, Arlene, by a scooper cart, which I think is very important for everyone in all the other divisions.
I think of scooper and I think of Gary Giannino and the Poopa Scooper.
Okay.
Just a little levity during this thing, yeah.
Gary will appreciate that comment.
I'm sure he will.
But the first band to come in we'll have the Lawrence Marine Honor Guard will be followed very closely by the Marine Corps band, and that is no small band. They will come through and get this crowd going as far as the music is concerned.
You're right. It started in 1775 when a few good men answered the call of their country. Imagine that, and the United States Marine Corps was founded.
Still going strong to this day.
They're really going strong. Paris Island Marine Band. I'm really looking forward to this music.
They're older than Burlington.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they celebrated too.
Probably not the same people playing the instruments, but they probably worked in a few new people here and there since the 1700s.
I'm sure they did. And a little bit of trivia just for those people out there is during Vietnam, many Marine musicians also served in combat as embassy guards with various helicopter squadrons.
Arlene, looks as though we've got quite a long break here, waiting for the first group to arrive.
All right, well, wait a minute. Let me just say this.
I think this is the point, Arlene, at which we begin to sing show tunes, just keeping the folks entertained at home.
Well, if I sang, they'd shut off.
I suppose no better time than the present to thank our friends at Exxon down here on Cambridge Street for giving us a spot here to have a perfect view of the parade as they take the corner, and the Exxon Tiger is roaming around behind us.
Well, not only that, Darryl, they supplied us with drinks, free drinks, which I think was fantastic.
It is fantastic. Yeah. Nice community outreach for the folks at Exxon today, having a little raffle over there, and the Tiger has arrived. He's passing out beverages, as you said.
See, imagine that. This is goodness. This is nice. And you know what the best thing is? There's no traffic here.
Thank you, sir.
Here he is. Thank you very much.
Free beverages. Much appreciated.
Is this really on the radio?
Television.
Oh, yeah.
Joined by some BCAT fans just passing by. We want to welcome you all as we are awaiting the arrival of the first major portion of the parade. Bob Hogan passed by a few moments ago. He is, of course, the chairman. Oh, we're being joined once again. Let's see if we can squeeze you in. Arlene, I believe, is going to have a chance to talk to you. So here she comes. As we await Arlene, let's
hello, Mr.
Say
Tiger.
hello to the Tiger.
The Exxon Tiger. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good.
Yeah, how you
Doing
doing?
very well, thank you. What do you think of all this excitement? Want to put out a little roar there? He's speechless.
He's a shy tiger.
I can't speak. I can't talk.
Okay. All right, but we really appreciate your representing Exxon and giving out the free tonic to everybody.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Arlene, finally approaching us now, the state and local motorcycle units. I see the flags en route, and that means that they are just about to us, and we can get on with this parade. And it seems like we've had kind of a little lull at the beginning here, but I believe it's going to be non-stop for about the next 3 hours or so.
I think you're absolutely right, Darryl. And while we're waiting for them too, I mean, you can see all the colorful vendors that came out today. You can get sausages here, and Dunkin' Donuts is opened, and all the balloons that are out. And as you can hear in the background, we've got some excited children.
Very briefly, before these folks arrive, some more groups of local interest coming up soon. The Burlington High School's marching band comes up in the first division of the parade, so they will be within the first hour for sure.
And you know what? The nice thing about that is Bob Hogan said they're wearing their new uniforms, Darryl.
Which is a great place to premiere them for all the folks in town. I know they're very excited about them. There's been a lot of talk about it within the school, so it'd be nice to see those. Also, Al Fay's Antique Fire Truck coming up in the second division. We'll see them. Reading's High School band will be with us today. I understand they're a large, very much celebrated band, and Burlington High School's Athletic Association coming up, and that's also in Division 2. We'll talk about the rest as we have a few moments later on.
Just for those people out there that are interested, the Patriots cheerleaders and the Burlington cheerleaders.
Arlene, I promise you, Arlene, when the Patriots cheerleaders come by, I will stand and clap because it's deserved.
And here we have the start of this. Burlington Police motorcycle.
This would be the State Police Honor Guard coming through carrying the colors. They are followed very closely by the mounted units.
Yes. What a handsome bunch they are, huh?
Getting a nice hand from the crowd.
Wow, look at those horses, Darryl, huh? Beautiful. You know what? When I see them on the road, they really scare me.
Well, I tell you what, if you were straying from the law and you had one chasing you, I don't think you'd be too confident as well. But how about a hand for these two guys in the scooper cart? These guys deserve a hand because these guys have the not so glorious job of following the horses today. And hopefully it'll be a
Leahy
quiet
Clinic
job
is
for it today.
represented there, Darryl.
Leahy Clinic, a sponsor of the parade today, and they are moving along. Here comes the Burlington Board of Selectmen. Arlene is going to head out in that direction to try and pull one or two of them aside. The selectmen, George Judge, Joe Impemba, Kevin McKelvey is there in the front, Juliet Perticisi, and Gary Giannino as well. Congressman Tierney follows shortly behind them. Arlene's going to try to grab George Judge. She has him, and let's go to her.
Beautiful day. Glad to see everybody having a great time. Thank God we're not directly behind the horses.
Thank you, George. Here comes Congressman Tierney to speak with us.
It's a great birthday for Burlington. We're happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What a wonderful day. Beautiful.
Representative Charlie Murphy now coming up alongside us. We'll see if Arlene can get the microphone out to him. Trying to get his attention. Here comes Arlene. He's got his young daughter with him.
Good afternoon. I want to congratulate Bob Hogan for doing a great job setting up this program. Doing a wonderful job with the parade. How's everything going? Everyone okay? Grace, can we say hi?
Like her father.
The Marine Corps Marching Band now coming up. Their colors have just passed. And we will allow you the opportunity to enjoy the Marine Corps Band. And we will check back with you in a moment. So, the Bicentennial Parade continues. Here's your Marine Corps Band. And from the recent to the past, the 1797 Marine Detachment from the USS Constitution, Arlene.
Fantastic, I'll tell you. Speechless I am. Here's the U.S. Marine Corps League.
The Marine Corps League color guard now passing us, just arriving here. No shortage of flags at the beginning of the parade, Arlene.
No, absolutely not. This look like some World War II vets there at the end here.
Any idea, Arlene, what exactly the Marine Detachment is from the USS Constitution?
Well, if you give me a minute.
What can you tell me about that?
Got a lot of bios on different things, and
we've been given pages and pages of information about
mostly on the
every single person in the parade, I believe.
I think we can just say a little bit about the band is during the 1930s, each band was authorized 28 players, a gunnery sergeant or a first sergeant to serve as a band leader. And in 1944, the band performed regularly in assorted venues from concert halls to radio shows. Toward the end of World War II, They were donning uniforms and enlisting in the Marine Corps.
So they've been busy.
Real busy. Hey, what's this coming there, Darryl?
Coming up on us now, the float representing the first of many elementary schools, the Pine Glen School, is passing us now. And passing overhead, I don't know that we can get a shot of it, but one of the bombers that we were supposed to see at the beginning, I believe he's been slightly delayed and he's just passing overhead. But nonetheless, the Pine Glen float passing us now. They're enclosed in a house of some sort.
Oh,
And
yes.
they are dressed very nicely in kind of some retro outfits, Arlene.
Yep, they're in a Bicentennial outfit here, and they look fantastic.
They're going for the classroom motif. They're saying hi to us, and they're passing by. There's the teacher in the front.
Very enthusiastic bunch. Beautiful little costumes.
I almost feel like Melissa Gilbert should be leading that crew with their Little House on the Prairie friends. And some representatives from Pine Glen passing in the back with their flag. Another short lull here while we await the Boston Gaelic police column.
Oh, wait a minute. You know, this is what I've been waiting all day for.
We
really.
are already slightly out of order here, Arlene, because
They're not supposed to be here yet, right?
Some of our congressmen and such all came together at the beginning. So
that's okay. Well, you know, let me tell you a little bit about the Boston Police Gaelic column of pipe and drums before they get here. They were born as a result of a tragic event that involved the death of a brother police officer back in 1992. Jerry Hurley, a member of the Boston Police Special Operations Bomb Squad, was the officer killed in the line of duty. At the time of Jerry's funeral, there was not a single police bagpipe band in New England. The Boston Police Department brought in the New York Transit Police Band to perform at Jerry's funeral. On that very day, the seeds were sown for the creation of the Boston Police Gaelic column. So this will be the thing that's coming up. The greater Boston area displays the highest demographic statistics of people claiming Irish ancestry. That's interesting. In the United States. New York City area has over 15 police pipe bands. When the Boston Police Gaelic column was formed in 1992, was the only police pipe and drum band in the New England area. And now we have our friend here.
The Rick Carwan float is just passing.
Very comfortable he is riding that golf court.
So interesting, Arlene, that the folks in charge of the Bicentennial Parade have really taken the time to attract some bands and some guests here that wouldn't normally appear at just any parade.
You're right. They did, like I say, they did a great job, and everybody recognizes that. Bob Hogan and many others have been involved more than 2 years to put this in the making. Now we can hear them now.
We will give the folks at home a chance to enjoy the sounds of the Boston Gaelic police column. And they will be followed, Arlene, by the Korean War Veterans of Massachusetts Color Guard.
Yes, we have a car first, and then we have the Korean War Veterans of Massachusetts.
They are going to be followed, Arlene, by a local favorite, and you mentioned earlier they've got a new look to display today. It is the Burlington High School Marching Band.
Yeah, and I think they've got the cheerleaders out in front, Darryl. Would you say? I think they've.
I would definitely say that, Arlene.
I think they put that one out of line, but they look magnificent. The cheerleaders do a great job, and they should be given a lot of credit. They've won a lot of championships, too, I've heard.
Burlington certainly prides itself on their cheerleading squads all the way from Pop Warner to the high school level. They have competed as far away as Disney World, I believe, and they've been very successful. And speaking of Disney World, their band recently returned from Disney World.
That's right.
Where they performed down there, and they returned to face another large crowd for the Bicentennial Parade. Here they come passing by. Let's listen to the Burlington High School band led by Matt Lowell.
And their new uniforms, they look absolutely fantastic.
Followed, Arlene, by a little touch of yesteryear. The I'll have to find it. The Merrimack Valley antique vehicles are coming through.
Oh, look at this! Look at this one coming. Now, I wonder. I don't know whether you've ever heard of rumble seats.
I have not, Arlene.
Way before your time, but this one may. I'm not sure whether they have a rumble seat, but what they used to do is have a rumble seat out in the back where the trunk is. People used to sit in them. This may not be that old, but what a beauty.
Here comes another, a little more of a classic metallic gray look to it.
Well, that one's an old one. I wish we knew how old they were. That looks like 40s, 50s?
You'd almost think
40s.
You'd almost think Al Capone's going to jump out of the trunk.
Well, you never know.
And they will be followed by something a little less glamorous, but nonetheless a staple in parades all across the country. They are the Korean War veterans of Greater Lowell, and you recognize the vehicles. Small vehicles, Arlene.
They are, aren't they? Nice of these people, though, to join in our Bicentennial, you know?
Hi. Hi there.
United States Army. These are old.
On the other side of the road from us, Arlene, I believe I see the Caped Crusader Batman. Followed very closely by his arch enemy, the Scarecrow.
Wow.
Perusing the crowd on the other side. I think perhaps what's happening over there, Arlene, is that Batman is following the Scarecrow to make sure there's no shenanigans during the day.
I think that's a good idea.
And Ernie and Bert are roaming over there as well.
Wow, Ernie and Bert too. This is amazing. Now this is really old. I'm not talking about a person here. It's a. It has to be an Army truck.
For those of you just joining us, we remain in Division 1 of this afternoon's Bicentennial Parade. Coming up within the next hour, the Fire Department Honor Guard, the American Legion Honor Guard, and floats from Fox Hill School, Marshall Simons Middle School, and I believe even the high school science has a float of their own. And I believe that is the group, if I'm not mistaken, that has a little added catch to their float this year. I believe they're presenting the town flower. Is that correct?
That's correct. And I hope it's the one I voted for. I can't remember which one it was.
Do you recall the choices, Arlene?
I think there were 4 or 5. Do you remember them?
I don't, but I'm sure we will be reminded when they arrive at the top of Division 3.
You know, also when they come up in Division 2 is we will be getting a preview of the Vietnam Veterans Moving Wall. So that's something to
That's a nice thing to
watch out
preview
for.
because that's something that the town is certainly a buzz about. It is a feature that not every town is fortunate enough to welcome. And again, it's going to be one of the things like today where people come from out of town to enjoy a large parade. A lot of people will come from out of town to view the moving wall.
Absolutely. I mean, it's once in a lifetime. And if it wasn't for Bob Hogan and 200th birthday, it wouldn't be here. So that's going to be in July, something to really look forward to. But we'll get a glimpse of it today. And I'm sure there's people out there, a lot of people with cameras that'll have memories of this parade for years to come. Just think, 200 years from now, this will all be a big memory celebration.
That's true. I wonder if these Army trucks will still be moving 200 years from now.
Boy, I don't know. They might be in a museum at that point.
We have reached a short stop in the parade as they are taking the turn onto Wynn Street, and some folks crossing the road.
Yeah, this is the opportune time.
They will move along to allow the next group to come up to us. These are the marchers of the Korean War veterans of Greater Lowell. They're coming up following the Army vehicles, which pass at this time. The medic will round it out, the ambulance in the back.
There's a gunnery right up there passing by us now, Darryl. I mean, when you look at the things that are here, look at the ambulance that they had then. It's amazing. We owe a big debt of gratitude, too, to the Korean veterans and the Vietnam and World War II and Gulf War and all the other ones, you know. It's a big sacrifice.
Here are the Korean War veterans of Greater Lowell. Alongside them, Dorothy and Toto.
Oh, yes.
Along with a character whom I do not recognize.
No, I don't recognize either.
But he's got very big glasses. Big hand for the Korean War veterans. They will be followed by the Fox Hill School.
Oh, boy.
The second of the town elementary schools to pass today. Their float entitled The Barge.
Again, we go back to the era of 200 years ago and the costumes and the dresses that they wore at that time.
Also dressed with the colonial attire.
Right. Well, look at the gentleman, Darryl. I mean, see the waistcoat and the vest. Burlington's first school bus was the Barge. What do we have now coming up here? I hear music again.
Coming up here following Fox Hill, the Waltham American Legion Band. So many local surrounding towns and communities being represented here today. Waltham is the next to come.
I want everybody to pay special note, I'm sure you will, to the baton twirler here.
I don't know what that means, Arlene, but I will notice as she comes by.
She's twirling a baton and she's doing a fantastic job, especially in a moving parade.
With the wind coming up, sure doesn't help at all. We'll let you listen in to the American Legion from Waltham. They are post number 156.
really? Here come the Clydesdales.
This is quite a treat for any parade across the country, in high demand and very rarely
Look at those.
able to make the trips of this nature. The Clydesdales passing us at this time. What a treat that is.
I guess the scooper going by again, Darryl?
Scooper number 2 passing by.
The audience is waiting for the next big brigade here. What's up, Darryl?
Well, first we have a flag of Sun Microsystems being represented here. They, of course, becoming a big part of the town of Burlington and certainly a big part of the Bicentennial Parade. They will be followed by the first part of Division 2 of our event today, and that will be the Fire Department Honor Guard, followed very closely by someone you're waiting to see, Arlene. That's the Boston Fire Department Gaelic Band.
Oh, again, I look forward to that. I've got to say a few words about Sun. They're doing a great job in the community. Their volunteer work, they've been up there cleaning out the cemeteries and everything else. So they're going to be a real good neighbor in the town of Burlington.
So coming up on us now, Division 2 of the parade, the Burlington's Bicentennial Parade here on BCAT.
Now, who's that behind them? Is that my good friend Alfie?
That would be Alfie passing us by now with his antique fire truck.
Yep.
Led by the Fire Department Honor Guard. And there's Alfie.
Great job. There's Al. There's Joyce, his wife. There's his grandchildren and neighbors and everything else.
Some candy for Arlene from the clown. This is a treat.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clown. Thank you. Thanks.
Hey, how you doing? Some of our BCAT fans passing on the one of the Chatham fire trucks.
Either they're BCAT or Darryl fans. I don't know that.
Well, they're all one and the same, Arlene.
Have some candy.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got the American
Legion Honor Guard passing now, followed by the
Burlington Veterans.
The Marshall Simons Middle School, their salute to Burlington's veterans. And Arlene, quite a display here.
Really, yep. They're talking about the Revolutionary War. They've got the dates.
I believe they're covering every war here.
They're really doing a great job here.
And I think a credit to the work that Bob Hogan has done here. We even have Abraham Lincoln marching in the parade today, I believe.
I think
Would
you're
you say
right.
that's Abraham Lincoln?
I think you're right.
So
wow.
you have to give a hand. I mean, credit where credit is due.
That's quite a feat.
That's a tough person. He's in high demand. It's nice that Bob was able to get him. Very creative display here. This obviously took a lot of thought, a lot of effort by the Marshall Simons Middle School.
They did a great job. They dressed up some of them in the old uniforms. We must have some of the teachers here. Teachers, mothers. MS Bicentennial Band here.
Some of the young musicians in town passing by.
It's a Salem Trolley Corps. And there we have some of our veterans, World War II. We salute Burlington residents who served and died in past and present war and conflicts.
Up there's Virginia Mooney driving the disabled American Veterans vehicle.
That she is. Veterans of Foreign Wars, Burlington. I think we have another float coming up, Darryl.
We do, and I believe this to be the Allied Veterans float. No, this would be the moving wall float, Arlene, that we spoke of earlier.
Yes, that's right. Here folks, watch this. Vietnam Veterans Moving Wall Memorial. It'll be on the, excuse me, Darryl, be on the Burlington Town Common July 18th through the 25th.
And that is just even less, I believe, less than an inkling of what that will really entail when it arrives.
CB, the Navy CB Veterans of America.
What exactly is a CB, Arlene?
Well, they had to do with the sea.
Thank you. and stinging insects. Speaking of a stinging insect, here comes one on the next float. It's the Navy CBs from Wilmington.
And what do we have here? Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie.
Wilmington, Navy Wilmington Seabees. You know, I think, if I'm correct, and I'm just going to guess on that, they were the ones that probably landed in the ocean there and went on shore, but I'm not sure.
Followed by some more vehicles here relating to the CBs, no doubt. Some more.
Oh, there's the rumble seat I was talking about.
I see what you mean.
Now you know. Little bit of history, Darryl. Some more old cars.
So far, this as far as vehicles are concerned, so far this parade showing certainly a number of generations passing us by.
Absolutely.
You know, you had the opportunity to speak with Bob Hogan on your program recently about some of these events, and one of the things he mentioned was some of the fine high school bands that will be represented in the parade today. We saw Burlington already. Now Reading marching band passing us by.
Yes, and you know what I have to say about Reading is their band director, Dave Bunton, suffered a stroke, and these kids are dedicating this march to them, so I think we owe them a big applause here.
Okay. And with that, we will let you enjoy the sounds of the Reading Memorial High School Band. The Reading Memorial High School Band passing with the trademark stoic faces of a marching band, I guess. No smiles there at all.
No, they're pretty serious, and I'm sure they're concerned about Dave, so they're doing a great job.
From Middlesex County, the sheriff's motorcycles on their way through, followed by the Middlesex County Sheriff, or actually led by the Middlesex County Sheriff Honor Guard.
I think the sheriff's supposed to show up too, isn't he?
I believe the sheriff was unable to be part of the parade today, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Although the sheriff's car, we'll see if he is going to surprise us with an appearance in the car, which is about to pass. Sheriff must be out searching for crime today.
I think so.
Well, that's what happens when Batman is in the parade, I guess.
Well, I think you're right, Darryl. Now, what do we have here?
This is an interesting group from Dixieland Hobos from Natick. They call themselves the Melchiorus Merrymakers.
I love this music.
This is an interesting look.
Yeah. Well, they're dressed up like they would be in New Orleans, you know? Great job. We have another sign sponsored by the Leahy Clinic. Leahy does a great job for the town of Burlington. Uh-oh, what do we have here, Darryl?
Another of the elementary schools in town being represented by this float from Memorial School. Songs of America is the title, and we got a little glimpse of this as it passed us earlier on, Arlene.
That's
On
right.
its way down to the starting point, and this is a very patriotic, colorful float passing us. And I believe there's some music involved with it.
I think you're right, and I think they're getting ready to play. If they're not playing already, I know somebody up there is directing.
I believe we've got some voices entertaining us at this time.
I think you're right.
That would be the choral director, I believe.
They're in great voice today. Enthusiastic bunch of kids there waving.
Every one of them wearing their Memorial School t-shirts.
That's right. Great job.
School spirit.
Here we have more of the kids following and parents and everything else here.
So the Memorial School well represented.
Yes, very well represented.
And following them, Suzanne's Dance Connection is up next. They are located here in Burlington.
I guess we're going to see some dancing then, Darryl, huh?
Well, this has got to be tiring, Arlene. It's one thing to walk the parade route. It's another thing to dance all the way through.
Yeah, but you know what? Really keeps you thin.
That reminds me, Arlene, is there any pizza?
Gee, I don't know. I'd enjoy another piece, I'll tell you.
Where do you want to go? A little more this way?
Now, I guess we have some of the younger dancers on the back there.
Now, this is going to be difficult, Arlene, to choreograph a moving dance performance.
Absolutely.
Because I'll tell you what, if the person behind you moves and you don't, you could get a kick that you will not soon forget.
I think you're absolutely right, Darryl. Hopefully that won't happen, but they've got a long route to go to.
So Suzanne's Dance Connection moves past, and that makes room for the Burlington Red Devil Boosters Club.
Oh, okay. Now, you know, I think somebody riding on this, I think, is Paul Shan, who's an assessor with his children. I think that he told me he was going to be on this. Burlington sure does have history.
And here comes the Athletic Association float.
Piglet! Hey, Piglet! Come over here! Come over here!
I guess they want Piglet over there.
Here are the supporters of the Burlington athletes. And some of the BHF athletes passing by.
This is not a quiet crowd. Look, they know they
Well, and some of the younger athletes passing by at this time now from the hockey program.
Well, Mr. Piglet's across there making all the kids happy by shaking hands. And we do have a little quiet before the next one comes. And again, this crowd is just fantastic, very orderly, and really having a good time. The weather is fantastic, isn't it, Darryl?
Well, you can't beat the weather here, Arlene. You know, it's one of the things when the planning of the parade begins. You can begin planning. They've been planning this parade for well over a year or two. And the one thing you can't plan for is this. And they were smiling when they woke up this morning, no question about that.
They sure were.
Although I believe it was Father Crispo who
because
said that
that's
this
a
would be
heavy
the case. He was going to make sure it was a sunny day today.
Yes, he did. And if it wasn't for Father Crispo, we may have had rain
It may
here.
have
So
been
I
raining.
think we owe him a debt of thanks. And I think I'd like all the people out there to contribute to his building fund also. Oh, we have, oh, look at this. It's Scottish. Where are we, Darryl?
This
They're
would be the
wonderful.
Worcester Kilty Band, Arlene.
The Worcester Kilty Band. Aren't they handsome? Now, they are really dressed. Look at the kilts.
And another treat coming up, Arlene, that we saw earlier on, coming up shortly, the Bektash mini monster trucks.
Yeah, this is something we wanted to get ourselves, right? Shriners do a great job for everybody. Here's the monster, what do they call them? Monster cars?
Oh boy, Arlene, there's an accident waiting to happen.
Oh, I'm afraid. I'll tell you what, that one.
From the Shriners, a new look for them.
Again, the Shriners do a great job with kids. Fantastic group of people.
Here's something interesting, Arlene, the Living History Association.
World War II. They're all wearing World War II outfits there, too. Excuse me, miss. Could you just move back a little?
Another band en route right now. It is the Boston City Band. And they are on their way towards us now. And in the distance, I see Rex Trailer is on the way.
Oh, I think I'm going to try to get an interview with him. What do you think,
He's
Darryl?
riding a horse. You can take a shot at it.
Yeah, he may take a shot at me.
Well, looks like there's a little opening behind him, so you may have a shot at it, Arlene.
All right, I'll try it. I'll try to be daring and brave.
Now, Arlene, for our youthful viewers at home, can you tell them about Rex Trailer?
Oh, God, Rex Trailer's been around he's a legend. He's been on television and movies and everything else. I'm sure you must have known a lot about him.
Well, I knew that he took a travel group to Florida every week. Crimson Travel, right?
And you weren't there, right?
Rick Carwan passing us by again. That's pass number 2.
Now, what is this band?
This would be the Boston City Band, Arlene.
Okay.
horse come to a stop, but if you want to try, you can. Rex Trailer now coming up upon us here. He is, of course, star of stage and screen, so to speak. He's been around for many years. Arlene is going to try it. We'll see if he can come over, and he's going to try and come over with his horse and have a word.
Hi, Rex. How are you?
Howdy, I'm doing just fine on a perfect day.
And okay.
Don't worry about your windscreen there.
Yes, exactly.
We'll move up a little bit. Okay, there we go.
All right, so use it like that.
Oh, okay. Fine. Yep.
I think so. All right, he's kind of skittish.
Well done, Arlene. One of the that was one of the more in-depth interviews that we've seen in some time.
Very good at that.
I suppose we have to credit Arlene for the swinging microphone, which not at one point touched the ground. And I think the credit to Rex for hanging on to it for a long time. We'll speak about that in a moment. Right now, the Campbell Highlanders playing for us.
Love it. Again, sponsor Leahy Clinic, Bank of Boston. Darryl just brought over some pizza. Just in time, we're going to be listening to the Wilmington High School Wildcat Band.
Wilmington High School band kicks off Division 3 of the parade this afternoon. An interesting division coming up, Arlene. We've got the high school science float coming up that we spoke a few moments ago. Also the Worcester Fire Brigade fife and drum.
Oh, the Burlington Town flower, right here.
And here it is the Daisy.
The Daisy.
Is that what you voted for, Arlene?
No. But I love daisies. Daisies are wonderful.
They will follow that up, Arlene, with a float that is coming along the street behind them. Also in this division, the Burlington Artillery is on the way, the Bill Ricca Minutemen, who we saw at
Is Burlington Artillery coming up, did you say?
They are coming up shortly, yes.
Okay.
The Bill Ricca Minutemen, who were on hand at the encampment, the most recent Burlington Bicentennial event. And also in this section, the Knights of Columbus float and Clown Alley.
Well, that ought to be interesting.
With the high school float coming upon us right now from their science center.
Wow.
And this is a celebration of the flowers that were featured in their competition.
Look at those flowers. What a great job. You know, we've got great kids that do wonderful things and great teachers here.
You know, Arlene, I believe I'm going to have to be corrected again. This would be the Garden Club float.
This is the Garden Club. Well, hey, we all make mistakes, and the plans were provided by Mahoney's Rocking Ledge, and the Garden Club does a fantastic job here.
They're passing out flowers as they pass along here.
Now we got to
Here are the Cycling Murrays.
Wow. Watch this, folks.
Arlene, see if you can get an interview with the girl in the middle.
No, I don't want her to fall over.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, the Cycling Murrays are back.
Looks like
That
they're going.
is not easy to do, Darryl.
Looks like they're going to roam a little bit here.
They, that on those one wheel.
Unicycle.
Unicycle, thank you, Darryl.
Cycling Murrays from Cambridge, Massachusetts, and Rochester, Vermont.
Fantastic.
They are followed, Arlene, by the Congregational Church representatives, founded in 1730.
Way over 200 years.
Oh, now a little performance of the cyclists in front of us, Arlene, if we can see that.
Look at this.
Oh, okay. Here she
Jump
goes.
roping.
Oh, my goodness.
Great job.
Very impressive.
Gee, maybe I should have them on my program.
You have to wonder, these girls in the unicycles, at what point do they get off during the parade? Can they afford to get off of those things, or are they on for the 3 hours of the parade route?
Good question.
Boy, they're staying up there, though. That's going to be rough. And as they move on, the Congregational Church arrives, and they've got a float of their own.
Looks like a great big float, too. Some youngsters holding the flag here.
The wind, Arlene, being so strong on that flag, it takes 3 of them to push it along.
Yeah, really.
Arlene, as the church passes us, their float, we are also joined by the Worcester Fire Brigade fife and drum. Let's listen in and hear what they have for us. And right behind them, Arlene, the 28th Massachusetts Volunteers Civil War.
Imagine this. They're wearing the Korea of that era. What a nice group. Now we have another float coming up, Darryl.
I would venture to
Truck is leading the way, blowing its horn.
I would venture to guess, Arlene, that this is the Branches Steel Band.
It's not a Mac, it's a Peterbilt, sorry.
But it's loud. Arlene, they're not bad, but we have a treat coming up in Division 5. If you want to see people play buckets, stay with us, because we've got people playing
really
buckets coming up
interested in
later
that.
on. Yes, absolutely. Division 3 of this Burlington Bicentennial, the 200th anniversary parade, continues here with the Burlington Artillery float.
Okay, and
That's Hope. That's Hope Paulson, I believe.
Yeah, and you know, we've got a little bit of sad news that Bob Paulson is in the hospital, so we wish him well. He has done a great job for the town of Burlington, he and his wife. Boy, that really scared me, Darryl.
Well, I'll tell you what, Arlene, when you hear that, you know who's coming next. It's the Burlington Artillery, and they've got plenty of artillery on them, so
watch out.
Block your ears. Here they come again.
Uh-oh.
Certainly parade favorites, Arlene, in any parade in any town. The sound of the guns. A point in the parade, I think that everyone, you almost forget they're going to be in the parade until they arrive, and then when they arrive, you know that they're there.
You know they're there.
Here comes some more.
Commemorating 1775, Minutemen. Billerica, Massachusetts. And naturally the women walking behind, supporting their men. 1775, we've come a long way.
That's very true, Arlene. They're dressing much differently these days.
Oh, we have some more. What's this, Darryl?
Arlene, if I had to guess, this would be the New Liberty Jazz Band, I would say.
Oh, the Wilmington. Do you think it's the Wilmington Minuteman? Wait a minute. I think it's got to be Minutemen. What do you think? We're out of order here, but we can figure it out.
Oh, that would be the Monotony Minutemen, Arlene.
Minutemen.
From Arlene. From Arlington, I'm sorry.
Darryl, I knew it didn't sound like New Orleans.
Some of the costumes we've seen, Arlene, are fantastic.
They really are.
And you have to think
historical.
that a lot of them perhaps have been made from scratch, maybe just for this event.
Well, I think some of them, too, are probably antiques that they have in addition, you know?
Uh-huh.
Because I know that our own museum, Historic Commission, has a lot of those costumes there. Now this looks interesting.
Now representing the Knights of Columbus here in Burlington, their float is just coming upon us now. It looks to be a boat motif of some sort.
Yes, it does, and I'm sure we have the Grand Master on there. And thing about the Knights of Columbus, it's another organization that does a great job for people. And they've mentioned on the side of it, you know, St. Malachy, St. Margaret's,
St. Barbara's,
Catholic Gentlemen, St. Barbara, bingo, always bingo. Thanksgiving breakfast,
bingo,
children.
Bingo, bingo. They are followed. Here's a treat. We will hear these gentlemen, I believe, at Truck Day as well.
Yes.
They were on hand last year. They are the New Liberty Jazz Band.
Okay, now we got it. Okay, now we have a little quiet area here where people are crossing the street, getting on the other side, and seeing some of the caricatures that are walking along. Do you know who that one is, Darryl, with the big red hair?
I believe that would be a representation of the Rugrats, I believe.
Okay.
Arlene.
I heard
Popular.
somebody say Chucky, is that?
Perhaps that is the name of the Rugrat in question. I can't be sure. We'll have to research that.
We will have to.
We will research it while we enjoy the E.P. Clark American Legion Honor Guard, followed by the Natick Legion Band.
It's great to see these bands.
All right, Arlene, we are awaiting we are awaiting Clown Alley as Sun Microsystems is represented a little bit more. The clowns are coming up along the crowd on the side, and as they do, Arlene, we're going to take a short break. We will be back with Division 4 of the Bicentennial, Big Bicentennial Parade on this May Day. We'll be back after this.
What would you do if you had to choose between the buffalo and the giraffes? Between a flower or an elephant? What would you choose? What if you had to decide between a 100-year-old tree and a 1,000,000-year-old beach? Between drinking clean water or breathing clean air? Would you make the right choice? Would there be a right choice? Now there's a way to help. Not just one, but all these things. EarthShare, the world's leading environmental groups working together. It's one choice we can all live with. Ask your employer about workplace giving.
We've received our summer brochure, and I'm really interested in that Club Simon's program and the summer concerts and the different activities of trips and tours. What do I do? How do I register and get involved?
Okay, your form is in your brochure in the back. You should fill it out and mail it in right away. Please do not be disappointed by waiting too long.
Now, what's the Recreation Department philosophy as far as telling you if you got into the program?
Okay. You will, if you do not hear from us, give us 5 to 7 working days. If you do not hear from us, you're in the program and you're all set.
So our philosophy and message to you is that no news is good news. If you have any questions about your registrations on how to do it or anything else, call that office at 270-1695. We'll see you this summer at all the programs and activities and concerts and movies and Pride Day and what else?
What else? About 80 different programs.
See you this summer.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Bicentennial Parade. Darryl Nash alongside Arlene DiRocco. Arlene, we're about halfway through. It's been a great time so far.
I've really enjoyed it, and I like having these seats here.
Arlene, would you like to talk to this gentleman in the color who's coming up upon us here?
Yeah, let me see if I can grab him.
Okay. I don't think he'll pull away from you quite as strongly as Rex did.
He's not riding a horse.
A little preview for those at home while Arlene tries to grab our multicolored friend. The Bektash Cycle Patrol from the Shriners is en route. The Patriots Cheerleaders are en route, which means you should most definitely stay tuned. The Rotary Float en route. The Wilmington Minutemen are on the way. The Middlesex County Volunteer Fife and Drum Corps. And the UMass Jazz Infusion. Our clown is en route. Arlene, take it away.
As I please. How do you do? I like you too. Well, thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me all day. You having a good time?
Yes, I am. I enjoy seeing you.
It's a wonderful parade. I enjoy seeing you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. The Light Brigade Drum and Bugle Corps passing us right now. We'll listen into them, and we'll be back with the Bektash Cycle Patrol. They are up next. Perhaps the award for the loudest horns of the parade so far, Arlene.
So.
They are awfully loud. The Light Brigade came all the way from Revere to join us today.
Great job. It's great to see all these bands from different places, Darryl. You know, it's now. Oh, what do we have here?
We've got some cycles coming up. They are also representing Shriners. They are the Bektash Cycle Patrol.
This looks exciting. I just hope we're in the clear here.
They're lining up for something, Arlene.
Uh-oh.
Interesting little formation that they're doing here as they pass by. They're Harley-Davidson motorcycles.
A lot of people love those motorcycles, I'll tell you.
The Bektash Cycle Patrol, you know them more directly as Shriners representatives. I don't know exactly how they are affiliated with Shriners, but they're very similar.
Yes, absolutely. I love the Shriners hat. I'll have to get one of those. You know, I wear hats all the time. Now we have an enthusiastic group, it seems, approaching us at this point.
The Burlington Cheerleaders are en route, and behind them I see red, white, and blue, which means one thing, and that is the New England Patriot Cheerleaders.
Oh.
And interesting timing for them. They are not going to Hartford, as we heard yesterday, Arlene. And
yeah, you know, I noticed that, and Channel 7 had a different spin on it. I don't know whether you've heard you know, Darryl's speechless. He's just getting very ready for the Patriots cheerleaders. And see, I wish Mr. Patriot would get over here, and I'd ask him about the how's he feel about staying in Boston.
Well, all right, Arlene, you'll see if you can grab him. As you do, I'm going to stand and applaud the New England Patriot cheerleaders. Arlene trying to get Mr. Patriot, and she couldn't do it. But standing ovation for every gentleman in the crowd. A standing ovation for the New England Patriot cheerleaders, and well deserved.
Leave it to you, Darryl.
So the Patriot cheerleaders pass with their mascot, Mr. Patriot, we're calling him. They will be followed by a siren. And the Burlington Wreckettes are next on the list. However, we see Civil Defense passing us.
Yes.
Some more fire trucks on the way, and the Council on Aging is off in the distance. Civil Defense passing us at this time. And the Council on Aging, Burlington senior citizens, are en route toward us right now.
Well, let me see if I can
believe I see BCAT's own Mary Lindley coming down the side of the road, and Arlene, take a shot at her if you can. Here they come. Boy, are they an active group.
They don't get old, they get better.
Here they are, Arlene, take it away.
What an enthusiastic group. Give me your name now.
My name is Gloria Riggle, and I've been in Burlington 50 years.
Doing a great job here. You got more pep than a lot of them. Look at this one.
Give me a you.
See, I'm telling you, what a group. They get younger every minute. Hey there, Gwen. Mary. Say hi, Mary. Fantastic. Great job.
Hi, Mary. Hi, dear.
I don't know what that was, Mary Lindley, but I tell you what, Arlene, I don't know what they're serving for beverages inside that COA vehicle, but they're having a great time in the parade today.
Well, that's what I say. They're probably younger than a lot of young people.
All right, coming up next. Wish I could tell you, we're slightly out of order. Arlene, you've got a little view of them here. All right, let's enjoy them. We'll tell you who they are after they pass. Yes. Folks, the UMass Jazz Infusion from the University of Massachusetts in Lowell. Well, that's a band with some energy, Arlene.
Wow, they were great, I'm telling you. Fantastic, what a group.
Coming up on us now, Division 5 as we head towards the latter portion of our parade this afternoon.
This is Century, I guess Century 21.
This has a Titanic feel to it, there's no question about that.
Titanic,
I was right.
Sponsored by Century 21.
And followed by yet another elementary school in Burlington. It is the Francis Wyman Elementary School. Their float coming upon us right now, celebrating Burlington's birthday in the form of a birthday cake, Arlene.
Oh, this should be real interesting. It looks real colorful, Darryl, too. Great job these kids do. Yep, look at this, folks. Here's all the children there celebrating the birthday, the 200th year, Burlington's birthday.
Oh, Arlene, they've recognized us, Arlene.
I think they have.
Celebrities that we are. And mugging for the cameras, the Francis Wyman kids.
Well, we have a little quiet in here. I'm telling you that it's an enthusiastic crowd. It really is. They're really enjoying it.
And I'm willing to bet a lot of these people, Arlene, will be at June Fest next month, which is the next thing on the calendar for the Bicentennial celebration.
Yeah, and while we're waiting, I can mention a little of that. That's going to be a great day. It's going to start at 3 o'clock, Darryl. It's June 19th. It's going to be from 3 to 11 with the Air Force Band, I think it is. Hope I don't get in trouble on this, but they're going to do the overture. They're going to have the fireworks. We're going to have a chowder fest, which I'm involved in.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah, because all the restaurants will be competing and the people will vote for who the best is. So there'll be no,
Good.
It'll be the people's decision. Hi, how are you? Now we have some children here too.
This would bring us, Arlene, probably to about...
I don't know. I don't want to.
Besieged by fans here, we're going to have to look away for a moment to get some more music on its way to us. so excited to be here, they must have cut people along the route somewhere.
I think so.
They must have cut ahead.
I think you're right, Darryl.
As they move toward us, we will listen to the sounds of the Tony Barry Band.
We've got a clown in front gathering people. Did you notice that?
And he's been joined by the Tiger from Exxon, which gives us another opportunity to thank our friends at Exxon for giving us a little spot here in the corner to enjoy a perfect view of this Bicentennial Parade.
Absolutely. We all know this song.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the closest that Mickey Mouse will ever come to a parade in Burlington.
Touche, Darryl.
There they are. From Saugus, Arlene, the Tony Barry Band, and if only they knew the significance of that song in Burlington.
I know. I don't think they know, and we could tell a story on that one.
All the way from New Hampshire now, coming up behind them, the Volunteer Cavalry, established in 1864. Really some dynamic outfits here on these ladies.
Now these definitely look like they're antique outfits. These are not
These
made,
were not made on the
no,
1999 sewing machines
yeah,
at all.
not at all. This is absolutely, and look, we have more horses too. The cavalry's coming, watch out. And I will not go out and interview them.
You will not what, Arlene?
I will not go out and interview them.
Although the folks at home would like to see it.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
This may be a good time for a replay of your interview with Rex Trailer.
The horses are magnificent. The costumes are really, again, these look like the real costume of those years.
You will forgive us, folks at home. We are slightly out of order here, so we can't give you exactly who these folks are.
Yeah, I'm
but
looking for a
we've
sign.
had a few changes.
Well, we know there's got to be some cavalry. Uh-oh. Sabers.
Oh my goodness, sabers. I didn't do it. That no doubt would be the last rung of the 1st New Hampshire Volunteer Cavalry, now coming back with sabers in hand.
Yes.
And a nice looking group of colorful horses that they're riding this afternoon. Do you think they know where the cameras are, Arlene?
I think they do, and I'm glad they do.
That's
you know,
right.
This is great that most of them have stopped in front of here to give those people that haven't had the opportunity to come down will be able to watch it on BCAT.
But you know, interestingly enough, when I was growing up, Arlene, my mother always told me never ride the horse with your saber.
Well, I can see why.
Yeah, you could fall.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on us right now, following them, would be the Hollis fixie.
They didn't stop.
There they are, and there they go. Apparently they're going to be coming back to us, Arlene?
I hope
Is that
so.
right?
They should. T-shirt. Real men ask for directions.
Here they come. Oh, Arlene.
Oh, they're going around.
They're going around the road. So apparently they checked the layout of the land before they got here.
Good for them.
And they're going all the way around.
You know, those look like a couple of Clydesdale too, don't they?
They do. The Hollis Dixieland band passing us once again at full speed.
Yes.
From New Hampshire they are.
Thanks. All right, now here's a Mack truck. Remember I called the Peterbilt's Mack truck? This is a real Mack truck.
And this would be the Rotary Club coming up upon us right now.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Darryl. Rotary Club does it. There's another organization that does a fantastic job.
In heaven there is no wine. That's why we drink moonshine. And when we drink moonshine, we'll drink till we are blind.
Interesting lyrics of the song there, Arlene, but we'll let that go in deference of the Wilmington Minutemen. Coming up upon us now.
Yep, and I think he's getting ready to maybe fire.
Cover your ears.
I
Here
saw
are the
him.
Wilmington Minutemen.
I saw him load the gun.
That's a heck of a beard on that guy, Arlene. Look at that.
Hey, you gotta bring the pen over here. Bring the pen over here. Over here. Bring the pen over here.
For those folks at home, there's a gentleman across on the median strip there who will not let any character pass on this side of the road without calling him over. Well, he's stopping he's doing traffic duty here, and he
Maybe
gets
I should interview
the
him.
clown across the road.
Wilmington, Mass.
Wilmington's Minutemen passing there, and coming up behind them, the 47th Regiment of Foot. Backing them up. British flag flying in the air.
Yep, that's a British flag. And it looks like the Redcoats are coming.
That they are, Arlene. As we get a short lull in the loud action, so to speak.
Yes.
Although, Arlene, they've got guns in hand as well.
I just hope he keeps that up in the air. The Redcoats are coming.
Sadly, Arlene, there is need for the scooper cart, which we saw at the beginning of the parade.
I think you're right there, Darryl. Yes, you are.
Our BCAT crew are volunteers. Perhaps we could find someone to volunteer
I don't
for
think
that
so.
duty here in front of the BCAT broadcast area.
Prime time.
It's a nice van.
Looks like some more Minute Bands coming up here, but you know that. I think that guy across the way that brings all the caricatures over there must have his grandchild or something.
We are awaiting, coming toward us any time now, the Burlington Community Collaborative float is en route. The Bektash Clowns should be upon us any time now. The Roma Band is scheduled.
We haven't seen the Sanford, Maine parade band either.
No, and Citations, one of the large local bands.
Do a great job.
En route, and a special band in Division 5. The Bucket Band.
That won't be up.
On the way.
Now we have 6 rifles going at once.
vehicles coming toward us in the distance we can see.
Yeah.
So be sure to stay with us.
Oh, I think they're getting ready to load now. Now we have the women behind, see? Dressed in their nice costumes of the turn of the centuries. Got a band coming up here.
I would believe this to be the Middlesex County Volunteer Fife and Drum, Arlene.
Oh, great.
Followed by representatives of the Burlington Community Scholarship Foundation. Dollars for Scholars.
Yep, it's a Bicentennial telethon, October 13th.
And what is a Burlington parade without Jack Farron?
Live on BCAT again. Hi.
Not live, Jack, but you know, make it up as you go along.
Oh, more clowns.
Jack
Isn't this
Farron and
wonderful?
friends, followed once again by another selection of clowns here. We've seen these folks before.
One on a bike. Okay, here comes a Mack truck again.
Officially from Leahy Clinic and Harvard Vanguard working together. This is the Burlington, and again going with the classroom look, looking for big cheers and getting one.
Say no to drugs. That's our DEAR program. Great program. Burlington Fire Department.
That was officially, Arlene, the Burlington Community Collaborative that just passed.
Okay.
And the Burlington Fire Department coming past us here. I'm willing to bet that gentleman is not the assistant chief, nor is that other gentleman a fireman at all. But they look the job.
I think you're right. They're doing a good job, though.
Yeah.
And it says Kids Fire Safety House. I think this is where they teach them, isn't it?
This is something you will see at Pride Day on an annual basis, where kids are taught the correct techniques of acting should there be a fire in the home. And it is one of the more busy places on Pride Day. A lot of parents bring their kids by, and aside from a fun Pride Day activity, they also learn a little bit. So
They
it's
sure
a
do.
nice activity by the fire department.
They do a great job.
Leahy Clinic sparing no expense in telling us that they are a sponsor of the parade, as the flag passes once
here the
again, leading
citations
the
coming.
Citations Drum and Bugle Corps from Burlington.
Now they win a lot of awards, the Citations. They do a great job.
All right, you've seen them around town. Let's listen in to the Burlington Citations Band. You mentioned they win a lot of awards, Arlene. Today we'll be giving them the award for the quietest band of the parade.
Yeah, which is unusual. And there comes somebody along with the woman that ran the person that ran up ahead with her wand, but without her hat.
Well, apparently the wind came up. Is she getting a scuffle a little bit further back in the parade?
What do we have here?
Well, a little chicanery among the young gentlemen here coming by in their little vehicles. flags in hand, celebrating the Bicentennial. Yes.
Ah, the one you were telling me.
Bucket band, yes. Arriving in front of us. Quick pass by the bucket band. They could have stopped for a moment in front of us.
They could have, really. Now, don't you know some of those people?
Would you like me to wave them back, Arlene, see if I can get them to...
Well, it's too bad that they didn't stop for a while. They do a great job.
To make up for it, moving very slowly here is the Christian Center from Burlington. We'll get a good look at them. I see a lighthouse as part of their float as it approaches us here.
Yes. You know, a lot of work goes into these things, and A Place of Hope is the title.
Some representatives coming along now. Back as you see them waving there from the Christian Center. And here they are passing by now. Coming up behind them, the Sanford, Maine Parade Band.
Now see, they came all the way from Maine to be in a Bicentennial Parade. That's fantastic. Right behind the band.
The Bektash Shrine Clowns, Arlene, they've been a big part of the parade today.
They have. They've done a great job. Here's some more clowns coming up, Darryl.
And behind them, the Roma band from Boston.
It's got to be Italian. Well, right in front of them.
They're coming 3 more hours.
Way, Marie. See, they're singing Italian.
And as they pass Arlene, slowly coming towards the end of our parade on this Bicentennial, a beautiful afternoon on May Day. We want to thank our BCAT crew for coming out and spending the afternoon with us. Nathan Kemper, Sue Linder, David Merrill is up top right now. From the BCAT staff, Jen Dodge, Joe Nagel, Dick Linder is here. We've got some more roaming around, and if I could see them, I'd remember who they are. People like Paul Vallely, Corey McNeil on camera as well. Corey's been out in the street a few times, and hopefully he won't go out anytime soon, because with some big trucks coming, he'll get run down at any moment.
That's true. Yeah, you know, we're very fortunate to have the volunteers that we do. They're great people. This looks like another fife and drum.
perhaps the Bunker Hill pipe and drums.
I think it may be, Darryl.
Members of that group, Arlene.
Yeah, it's nice to see them playing.
Wayne Higdon pulling up in front of us.
You can't stay here. You have to go home.
Oh, really?
Oh. It's all done.
We're having such a wonderful time. Yeah, wait a minute. Let me talk.
Bicentennial Chairman Arlene's going to grab him. Bicentennial Chairman Wayne Higdon has just come up. Let's go to her.
Is that what happened in front of me? I've been down there all day.
Oh, it's been wonderful.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, really wonderful.
Took a lot of work.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Yeah. Now, you've been involved. You're the chairman of
the whole ball of wax.
And you've been involved since how many years now?
1994 we started.
Wow. Well,
so,
all I can say is it's a great job. Thank you very much.
I will pass that on to the rest of the committee members.
I'd appreciate it.
All right.
You.
See you guys later.
Yep.
I don't want to run them over.
No.
Wayne Higdon, the Bicentennial Chair, he is one of the many people to acknowledge on a day like today. Bob Hogan, of course, being another one. The entire Bicentennial Parade Committee put a lot of time and effort, as he said, for numerous years into this event to make sure it went off without a hitch. They did just about everything they could to make this perfect, and it has been, I believe, everything they expected it would be, Arlene.
Oh, I think so. It's a great job, and the crowd seems to be breaking up now, but you know, everything was very orderly, and we couldn't have asked for a better day weather-wise, or, you know, for better participation. It was fantastic.
There you see the home of the BCAT crew and staff and our entire organization here putting this together for you. That will wrap it up for the Bicentennial Parade. Much anticipated, went off perfectly, and so many more Bicentennial events to come. BCAT will be there for all of them.
The battles fought by America's veterans may not be over. Today, they're fighting for health and pension benefits. Leading the fight is an organization that has long been a champion for veterans' rights. This year, that organization, the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, celebrates its 100th anniversary. The list of VFW accomplishments is long, ranging from the GI Bill to VA hospitals. According to its new Commander-in-Chief, Thomas Puglia, the VFW will continue to improve and enhance its services to active duty troops and members. The key emphasis now is long-term care for America's veterans and a new GI Bill for the 21st century. The VFW is in the forefront of all these battles. As the VFW begins its second century of service to veterans, it will continue this proud tradition.
As a Burlington resident, you may not be aware that the Burlington Recreation Department, in addition to its special events and activities, offers a pretty wide range of services for the residents of town. And Bill and I thought we'd share with you some of that information.
Yes, you may be interested in picking up picnic packs, so it's athletic items in there for you for outside activities. Discounted movie tickets to a local cinema. And the grandstand is open at Simons Park for your convenience, as well as fishing license for the reservoir.
In addition to that, we have discount tickets for Riverside Park in Agawam, Mass. This summer. And as a Burlington resident, you might be interested in utilizing the many parks and facilities and indoor facilities that we have available, and those are available to you. So take advantage of Burlington Recreation Department and all of its opportunities this summer and throughout the year. If you have any questions, please give us a call, 270-1695.